Hi, this is the part 2 of our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap with the one Taria Faison. Please enjoy. If you haven't listened to part 1, go check that out. We spilled a lot of tea, as the kids say. And what else is going on? What is it that bothers you about the two things can be true situation?
Because I feel like sometimes people use that and it's really not a two things can be true statement.
Yeah, like they use it to excuse, racist shit or like homophobic shit or.
In the Bravo world, it's like we shouldn't have to always give a disclaimer. But I do think because some issues stem from season to season, it's not a closed situation. So you do have to say sometimes two things can't be true. But the amount of people that I see and use it to justify, like, well, yes, she did this, but two things can be true. She is like this, but she's also like this. Instead of us being able to just call out this thing, it's like we have to say two things can be true. It's like we know two things can be true. But
right, like we know that she's a human being who makes mistakes,
yes,
but she was hella wrong.
That's what it is. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is the perfect example. That. Yes. You did it.
Well, because we hold people to too high of a standard on these shows. For some reason, they've become like deities in some way.
Yeah.
And so we think that they can't be wrong.
Yeah. And like, you
that's
are
like
wrong.
I've been talking about this on nearly every episode, but it's pissing me off because like I can't stand how everyone is mad at Janet for throwing that dumb empty plastic cup at Danny's head and calling it assault. And I'm like, yeah, it's always been assault. You just thought assault was iconic before. You just thought it was cool.
When Wendy threw the water or threw the drink when Mia threw the drink at Wendy, a lot of people were like, that's not assault because she didn't hit her. And it's like, but then with the Janet thing, it's like, that's assault because you don't like Janet.
Right. It's like you can't pick and choose when it's assault.
Yeah.
Or, once again, it's all assault. It's just, that's kind of what we watch sometimes happen on these shows.
Sometimes I want to see a dragon. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to admit it.
I'm not going to lie either. I would like to see
I would like
happen.
A little bit of Bad Girls Club. It don't have to be baddies.
Okay with that.
But, yeah.
Well, I've been known to watch baddies, so.
But for it to be Bravo, we can have a little bit of a drag. Like, we need a middle ground. So, yes, we could do a little bit of Bad Girls Club. But it doesn't have
it's not assault. For some reason, it's not assault in New Jersey, it's never assault.
You know what? It's a way of communication.
That's the thing that's stupid to me, though. I'm like, y'all, you literally like stand up and cheer at the screen when Joe Giudice is dragging Joe Gorga through the middle of a conference room. But then the second empty plastic cup goes like this on Danny's head, beep. All of a sudden we're like, assault. It's so stupid. Yeah, you guys are dumb.
You're right. And I have to self-check and regulate myself when it comes to people that I don't like. Do I okay it with the people that I do like? Because that's even a real life thing. Like outside of watching these shows, because you sometimes you come in and see the show from your perspective or your different experiences in life. So I have to check myself and be like, no, Taria. Like, again, there's some reason I root for Drew because I want her to win. She's my little angel face. At the same time, girl, you knew that horse was going to be there.
You knew, Drew. There's no world in which you didn't know. And she's playing dumb. She plays dumb too often. And she's been on the show too long.
Yeah.
She's not dumb.
But at the same time, I guess the delusion has this. One thing I'm going to give Drew. Should I wait till we get to it with Shamia? Well, I can. Last year, Portia had her issue with Drew. Shamia admittedly picked up Portia's issue with Drew. And in her words, I was on Drew's ass. This is what Shamia said. Which is, side note, that's why I don't feel bad for Shamia. Because what you're going through now is what you participated in last season. You participated in the dragging of Drew every chance you could get. Led the charge. Called the man she was going through a divorce with, talking about you worked on a podcast with him and Todd and went to dinner with him, you and Portia. So Drew was dogpiled by Portia, Shamia, Kelly, who didn't know her, and Phaedra. And Phaedra came in at the end of the season and she did not sit in confessionals crying her eyes out. She did not sit in scenes saying, I'm fighting for my life. She was delusional, and she handled it like a housewife. So that's why I don't feel bad for Shamia. You participated in what you are now on the receiving end of, and you can't handle it. So I don't feel bad for her.
Yeah, I co-sign all that.
There's my TED
I
Talk.
appreciate that rant.
And I forget where I was
There you
going in
go.
the beginning of it, but I had to get that out because Shamia gets on my nerves with that.
Oh, yeah, she's a loser. She's a loser. She just is. It's fine. Let's see. 2 other quick scenes, and then I want to get to the party. We had Sway and Portia become officially a couple. I'm happy for them. I think they're really cute together. I just feel like this whole season was a slow setup to this scene. Like,
yes,
there was a writer's there. I felt like there was a writer's room to get us from point A to point B.
I was going to ask you that. So with that being said, do you believe the Sway and Portia of it all?
I definitely believe they are in a thing. Definitely in a situation. They were. I believe they were dating throughout this whole season. I believe they are now in an exclusive relationship. I believe they really love each other. I believe all of that. I just believe that Portia wanted to like slowly soft launch her, and didn't want to just like come onto the scene and be like, I'm fully a lesbian now. So like, I think she just had her PR hat on and tried to figure out the fun way to do it. It's so convenient that by the finale of the season that they're becoming official. It's just like, we've watched these shows for so long. Like, I think it's just kind of like, you know. I
feel like she needed, and I hate to say needed a story, because I feel like I don't need to have every woman to have something going on in her life that's out of 10, because I don't want every episode for me to be out of 10, because it's like I'm one of the ones where I like slow episodes, or what people call filler episodes. And I hate to say needed a storyline, but for lack of a better term, I feel like she needed something, because she can't talk about her divorce with Simon.
Right.
PJ's little, so it's not like she's going through teenage things with PJ that she could talk about, right? So her and Dennis can only go so much. So I think she hired the Mike of it all, and the Mike of it all was just a storyline. And like you said, because it's convenient that at the end she's with Sway and didn't tell Mike. Mike found out the way everybody else did by her post on Instagram. But see, I was thinking, so you believe they're in a relationship. I do too, but there's a part of me that's wondering, is it to benefit both of them? Is it a mutually agreed upon? Like, yeah, we like each other, but now Sway is going to benefit from maybe. Well, I heard that Sway was doing her thing anyway before, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think that's always an appeal. I think if you are famous or famous adjacent, you're attracted to people off. A lot of famous people are attracted to people in a similar realm, because like they, relationships. Some people view relationships as like a business, and Portia is very business savvy. Yeah, I think that I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing though. Like, because there are people that have more traditional views on partnership, like it is like a courtship, that we're creating like a name and a business and all that. And some people, that's their love language. They like get off on the idea of making money together. So like, that's not my journey, but I think that might just be hers. If that is the case. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but I do believe that, like, I don't think that she would be with her if she, wasn't successful. I think she's attracted to successul people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she said it's the personality, it's not the sex. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We got a clip of "You're Going to Have a Problem with a Lesbian."
Oh, that was so good.
I miss Pepsi. It's hilarious that got brought into this, and also work Pepsi. I can't believe he predicted all this.
Right.
Well, what's the problem?
And I think the lesbian is Portia herself. You're gonna have a problem with you. Like, it's you that is the problem. You are the lesbian.
You can't figure out your story.
Yeah, that you're going to have the problem with.
We also had, I love Angela, but I don't know that I care about this family trauma that she's going through.
I will say this. This was the lightest that I have seen it. And I'm like, thank gosh, because I feel like every scene with Amari and her is intense. And can we just see some fun? So I felt like this scene had a level of seriousness and lightness to it. And I even appreciated Charles in this scene, because I like Charles.
I like him too.
And I do think there was online conversation that Angela had a problem with her daughter being gay, and Angela has been very clear. No, I've always supported them. They've been together, I think, since high school or something. I even brought her cookies when she or cupcakes or something, like when she came out, like I've always supported them. It was the going behind my back. And I can see how, remember a couple episodes ago when Amari was like, I couldn't come to you and tell you about my problems because you were telling me about yours, which leads me to believe Angela had her a little bit young-ish, so they'll kind of probably raise more like sisters.
Yeah.
So, and then Charles, this episode saying they were close. So that probably hurt her feelings, not just from a mom perspective, but from you're my friend. Even though you're my daughter, you're my friend and you didn't tell me about this. That hurts. I don't think it was because of them being gay. I think Amari is also spoiled. I feel like Angela, we come from a generation of, I want to do better than my parents did for you. So or I worked a lot, so I'm going to make up for it by giving you things. She was entitled last season when she wanted to use her grandmom's car. And she was like, well, my mom bought it. Mom, you bought it for her. I should be able to use it. Entitlement. So I think there's a little bit of that also.
Yeah.
And then for Amari to admit, you were right in terms of marriage. So I'm glad that it seemed to resolve itself in this episode.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I don't want any more counseling sessions. Let's move on. The kids were like, can we get up? I'm done. Like, we know she's married to a woman because we heard you when I was standing on the step and you were talking about it. And then I went back and told my sister, like, enough.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm happy that it's all wrapped up. And then, the big moment of this episode, we get K. Michelle's album listening party. And Kay's sister is so cute. Oh my God,
Yes.
they look identical.
And sound
Was she
identical.
on Love and Hip Hop?
I don't remember her being on Love and Hip Hop, but it makes me wonder. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say it. It makes me wonder if Kay took her sister's picture to the doctor and said, this is what I want to look like. And make no mistake, Kay was pretty before, but it's clear she looks different.
Oh, she's gorgeous. But yeah, that's an
Her
interesting read.
sister was her inspiration.
Well, maybe. Kay, hit us up. I'm sure she'll love that.
We can't
She stayed on you this whole episode.
And if she want to take it to the Twitter streets, baby, we can. It's like, I'm not arguing with you, Kay, because you don't even do it in scene. What would I look like arguing with you? Promote your album.
So did you like Kay this season?
I enjoyed some things about her, but overall, the Drew thing of it all is so corny to me that it made her look so corny to me. Like, this continued, and then you even lying or maybe you forgot, even though Drew fell, it took the focus off of Drew wasn't lying. You were lying when you said you didn't check your DMs. And can I just say this? The reason that Black came up is because they were talking about Drew in Black, and K. Michelle wanted to be petty and said, he's been in my DMs, because she wanted Drew to feel a type of way. Let's be honest. If all of us women are sitting around and somebody says, oh, Taria and Corey are talking. Oh, Corey's been in my DMs. You're saying that for a reason, because you want me to feel a type of way. You want me to find out about it. So Kay brings up Black first. He's been in my DMs. And then when Drew did an Uno reverse on her, now all of a sudden Drew was trying to do something to your marriage. No, Kay, you started that whole thing with Drew. Okay?
Hear that, Kay?
And then you want to sit up talking about plots. And now, and let me just talk about something else. K. Michelle's going into the country industry. She's amazing. Great job. Amazing. She went to FAMU on a yodeling scholarship. My mom is born in Tallahassee. My family lineage runs all through Tallahassee. My family used to own a restaurant that the FAMU people would go to. If any of y'all are listening, if you went to the chicken house, that was my family, right? So good on Kay. She does country. Kay said Phaedra, Drew, and Portia were a part of the plot. Then you see that white women love Phaedra at the airport. And now all of a sudden you love Phaedra. Phaedra's your girl. Wasn't she part of the plot though? But now Phaedra's your girl. She sat in your confessional and said the white women love Phaedra. and now you love Phaedra. You just talk about your love for Morgan Wallen, but Shabuzi
She
doesn't
did?
like
Where?
on the Breakfast Club. She loves him. She said he's the culture. Whose?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Now, when you listen to it, there are some things that I can agree with her with, because, you know, for those of you that don't know, Morgan Wallen was videotaped saying the N-word. The way he said it wasn't, and y'all, please, I'm not making any excuses, but I do have to be honest. The way he said it evidently wasn't like you're an N. It was, I hope my N's get home safe tonight, because that's the language they use. He said he didn't realize it any other way. Now, anybody over the age of 15 rather, knows what that word counts. But K. Michelle said his whole band is black. However, she started talking about, she listened to one of his songs and told her husband, I want that kind of love. And he's her guy and she loves his music. And basically he can come to the barbecue and he is the culture. So
I think, granted, I am not black. Shaking the table with that.
You're not?
Guys. But
it's news to me.
I think dealing him a cookout invitation is a little egregious. No?
And that's just kind of how she phrased it. But if for her to say, he's the culture, I can see if you're saying, listen, I'm black. I know that he didn't, even though he shouldn't be saying, I feel like he shouldn't be saying the word. I know that the intent was something that him and his bandmates said, whatever. But to say he's the culture and then to turn around and say Shabuzi's people reached out as a possible collab a while ago, then I guess when you got back to them, it's been silence and you text him for a feature. Shabuzi doesn't like black women. So you're sitting up here talking about this white man is the culture. And now you're talking about Shabuzi, who just had Sierra in his music video, doesn't like black women. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about with K. Michelle.
Also Shabuzi, who collabs with black women also. Like, he collabs with Beyonce as well. Like,
yeah. He doesn't support black people. So it's like, that's what makes her mad about the country. There's only so many of them in country and he doesn't support black people. And that's when I look at her sideways, like Kay. Yeah. Again, the Morgan Wallen thing, people can feel how they feel. He apologized. Maybe he doesn't say it anymore. I don't know. And I'm not going to say, oh, he's canceled. Like, because they did all that, pulled his music, did all kinds, you can look it up, but they did stuff with his music. I'm not saying that. It was just the stark difference of me thinking about how all of a sudden Phaedra's her girl after seeing, because you literally said it in the confessional. Oh, these white women love Phaedra. You're doing a country album. Oh, Morgan Wallen is the culture, but Shabuzi doesn't support black women because he didn't answer your text. Because he didn't. I do
think, and tell me if I'm speaking out of turn here, but I do think she has a bit of a fascination with like entering white spaces now, because I think she's been used to not being in those spaces.
Yes.
Be that because of Love and Hip Hop, like that audience is not largely white in the same way that Bravo is. And she made a comment on Watch What Happens Live, and she was on Watch What Happens Live talking about how like she now has, because Andy jokingly asked her about the comment about Phaedra and the airports and the white women. And she was like, well, now white women recognize me when I walk around the airport, which is crazy. And I do think there is like a fascination with entering that side of the culture, because I don't think it's been something that she's had. I don't know that that's good or bad necessarily. I just think that like maybe in this point in time, there is her brain is sitting in a space where she's like,
wow,
I want that exposure too, because I've only ever been able to be a part of this side of the culture.
She wants to cross over, which is understandable. You're an artist. Even with my podcast, with your podcast, you want to be able to reach everyone, not just, or even if you say I'm specific to this, but if other people come over, come on and enjoy. I understand that. It just makes me, it was the whole, if she hadn't said Phaedra was a part of the plot, you're sitting at a table crying, saying Phaedra's a part of a plot. And now all of a sudden, after the airport incident, oh, Phaedra is not a part of the plot anymore. So that's why K. Michelle just irks mine. She irked me this. I enjoyed some things. She was funny in her confessionals. And then I noticed that she got active at the end. And it made me think, did they say, let's have more scenes with Kay? Because we noticed during this whole thing, she wasn't there much. So because I would forget she was there sometimes.
Really? I feel like she was very involved in this back half of the season, not in the
back
dramatic
half,
way.
yes. But I mean, like the front half, I would forget that she was even there sometimes. Like, oh yeah, Kay is here. So and I feel like she picked this thing, which she always says, I'm not on a team. Like on Twitter, she says this, I'm not on a team. I stand by myself. It's interesting now that you had all that smoke for Porsha on Twitter. Now it's, I love my Porsha. I hope we can fix my Porsha. And you can't stand Shamea.
Well, I think they all realized, Kelly too, I think they all realized that Shamea is like a sinking ship.
You think Kelly does too?
I think Kelly has her eye on it now. Like, I just think I don't know that she's ready to jump ship on it, but I just know in my spirit, the second Shamea gets her pink slip, Kelly will stop hanging out at whatever that place is called, Moore Manor. What's her place, her home called?
Sterling Hall. She said
Sterling Hall.
She said their moms hang out. Their moms do things together.
Porsha and Shamea's moms used to hang out too.
You and your mom are low down dirty snakes. No, you and your mom are low down dirty snakes, and it's generational.
Well, at this country music listening party, Shamea does say, I am done trying to like salvage me and Porsha's relationship. And here's the thing, Shamea. The thing that's tough is, like, you had some arguments at the beginning of last season.
Yes.
You had an argument about how it is weird that, she has beef with you for essentially coming on this show. I think the internet was ready to be on your side about that, and that is weird. There are moments where Porsha doesn't always seem to come across as a great friend. Mm-hmm. But you could not have thought that what you did in Scotland was the last straw of salvaging any sort of relationship.
Porsha's text message will forever live in my head after getting invited to do a butt mold, because I read it in Porsha's voice. The fact that you send her a text after not having any conversation, and this is what I mean, then she'll play victim and says to the other girls while she's dressed like an avatar, I sent a text. It's more like a F you response. I'm not feeling sorry for you. And what pissed me off with her, and I hate to keep going back to episode because we're focused on this finale, which I enjoyed the finale, but it didn't also necessarily feel like a finale. It felt like it could have been just another episode. However, she keeps bringing up Porsha's IG story about the egregious thing her mom did. The time to settle that was at the reunion, which is what you said you did. So then to bring it up this season, because when she says to Kay last episode, well, when should I have brought it up? Should I have done it on social media? Yeah, you should have did it when Porsha did hers, if you were going to match energy.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The timing of it makes no sense. None of it makes any sense.
I get her hurt because when she said she's done, she's literally almost boo-hooing in the confessional this episode. I'm done being, you have a right to be sad about the breakup of your friendship, but you're not just some innocent party in the breakup of your friendship. And to me, it speaks a lot to who you are that you wanted to this is what I mean. Her wanting to play victim and villain. Porsha is such a bad friend. I wanted to salvage it. Why? If she's such a bad friend, did you want to salvage it? And then, like, bringing your mom on to fight your battles. Like when her mom said something to Drew, you lucky Drew didn't cuss your mom out. Get out of my face, Miss Sarah. Not today. Like, and then we find out that her mom is in the club trying to form an alliance for her.
Go back to daycare.
But Porsha must have been lying, because when they FaceTimed her surrogate, which I know it's not a big deal in this episode, when her dad had teeth, because I looked from what I saw.
You're really in the brass tacks here.
Porsha said he ain't never had no teeth all his life. I needed to see, did he have teeth right now?
Well, you don't know what those teeth, those teeth may come out after meals.
There's still teeth. Then she should have said, but he has dentures. But he has them.
We also get Angela. Angela needs to get these damn fans to the people. I mean, at this point, she should not release it because it's been so long. And then she brought out the fans, and they were making all sorts of noises. They looked a mess, and then that might be. She needs to be careful. There could be like a class action lawsuit on her hands if one of those fans does something crazy, like lights on fire or eats someone's hair off their head. And then Phaedra says, "Oh, it looks like it has other uses."
Well, when I heard the motor, I was thinking that too. Also, but if there's steel blades, no, ma'am. No other uses.
I'm sorry.
But also,
those things were like vibrating. It was like,
and so it's strong. I mean, Drew looked like she was in a Beyonce video when they were blowing them on her. But somebody, some weeks back, maybe even a couple months, said, did you guys catch this in editing? And you guys listening, you may remember what I'm talking about. I don't remember who the account was, where it was, whatever. But basically, there was, in one scene, like Angela had a fan, but then she didn't have the fan in the scene. Or it looked like production went in and took the fan. And somebody was saying it's probably because they're so loud. So it was probably interfering, because you could see production. Y'all in the comments, let me and Tom know. But it was either I'm pretty sure it was a video now, and you see production taking her fan. It might have been when they were in Dallas taking pictures. Wherever it was, production was taking her fan. And so somebody made the comment after this episode, it was probably too loud, affecting the sound. It's like,
crazy.
Her and these fans, I want her to send me one, like, let me be an ambassador. So I was going to reach out to her and tell her to send me one. I'm a YouTuber, blogger, podcaster in these streets that may or may not be dealing with Perry. But like Ramona, I still get my period. So send me a fan, Angela.
Your hair's short enough. It won't get trapped
well,
in
when
the
I
fan.
have my bob, though, my bob is tucked under. It's folded up right now. But when I have my bob, I'm not going to be able to hold it near my chin because that's where my bob stops.
And we can't that would be a crazy way to end the bob. Getting it eaten up in a fan.
Let me tell you, her or Charles would have to pay me some money. Like you said, class action. And I will pull that clip. Don't make me call Portia to testify.
So Kay does her performance. I think Kay has a beautiful voice. I do think production did her a little dirty by like pulling just like the live vocals. Like they should have pulled together the mix, not the live vocals. Like there's backtracking, there's live band. It all sounds better if you're standing just in there watching it. But like they just pulled her voice, and so I think they kind of did her dirty.
Mind you, Drew can sing live.
Well, so they do this song where they're like passing around the mic and everyone's like improvising something.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew is freaking out that she has to sing on the mic. And I started LOLing because she kept it. It reminded me of when Karen lost her wig and she kept pulling it down. She kept retrying. She's like, hold on, 1 second. Because Drew kept trying to like restart. She's like, we gonna light some. Wait,
she didn't know the word.
We gonna light some. No, not that. We gonna tie. I'm like, Drew.
Can I be honest though? I didn't. Somebody on Threads was like, I can't believe like the black people didn't know the words. How many black people don't know VSOP?
What song is it? I don't know the song.
It's VSOP. All I know is Very Special. It was out years ago, but it's a big song it's a very big song of hers. And there were so many black people in the comments saying, I know Very Special. I know Light Candles. That's it. I don't know all the words. So I feel like they're going to say, Drew knows she knew the words. She probably didn't, because I don't know. That song was years ago. And if K. Michelle wasn't like a favorite artist of you or somebody that you had in rotation,
right,
you wouldn't know the words. I didn't know all of it.
I will say the video for VSOP has 54 million views. Go off, K. Michelle.
Yes. Yeah. That was a big song.
Good for her.
But all I know is Very Special. And we gonna light some candles as well. Like you couldn't, I couldn't word sing it.
We gonna light some. We gonna light some.
That was funny when she kept saying. But it made me think, Kay, you know she don't know the words, so why you keep putting the mic to her?
You know why?
Exactly. And then the nerve of Pinky and Shamia gonna say, what is happening when Drew was singing? Baby, I know you ain't talking because I heard your vocals as well.
Phaedra took the mic and had a time. I loved it.
And I enjoyed that, right? And nobody was shading any of them. So it's like, when Pinky said in that confessional, Drew could never. I said, Pinky, people who haven't filed for bankruptcy look at you and say, you could never. Pinky, people who have restaurants that are consistently open look at you and say, you could never. Okay? How dare you? Like, that's the one thing I don't like. Like, Drew is delusional. Drew is deceptive, be wanting us to think something, sometimes all of that. Drew can sing. And so.
Yeah, she sounds good. Yeah, she has a great voice.
And live. So for you, like, why does it have to be a Drew connect? Like, what is the hate thing with Drew? I mean, what is the thing with Drew and Pinky? You were just glad that her and K. Michelle made up. So for you to get in the
it's just fun shade. I think it's just fun shade.
I don't like
Drew's
that
an easy punch
when it comes to stuff like that, the singing. See, this is why I couldn't be on the show.
I know, but I think Drew is messy.
I agree. She definitely is.
So if she can't dish it, if she's gonna dish, she has to be able to take the mess.
She can take it. I'm the one that don't like it.
Okay, well,
like, I would have looked at Pinky and said, in my hand I hold a tennis ball. You and your blonde parted hair could never. Okay. But I also like Pinky. She grew on me this season. I like her.
I loved her. I thought she was. I think she had a great first season. After the concert, we get Drew and Kay get into it about Black. I honestly don't have the energy to get into all this because it doesn't even really make any sense.
That's what the one thing I will say that did get glossed over was K. Michelle said, I don't know Black. Like, I didn't even check my DMs until after you said, you knew Black. Drew was showing you're lying. So you didn't check your DMs until the summer. You DM'd him in February. That's what Drew was trying. So, because there's this thing, like, people would say we we love Kay. Kay don't lie. Well, she just lied just now.
Yeah.
She literally, and so it irritated me that Drew felt. Now, I kept going back, and you can see somebody has her arm, but I still think she tripped. Like, when she was saying somebody pulled me down.
I think it was just like a security mishap where they were like getting a little too involved because they thought it was actually going to go somewhere.
Yeah. Because Kay,
Drew
did you see Kay, like, kind of like, come on, girl.
I know, but I don't think Drew can really fight, to be honest with you.
It would disappoint me because she always loved to say, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, but
she probably can't.
I think that just is a phrase she uses and she puffs her chest out.
Yeah.
Like, I could see Kay getting a little scrappy from Memphis.
I could see Kay throwing a lit candle. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just hated
guys, that did happen if you didn't realize that.
Yes, that happened. My name is Rashida. I rap like Shorty Low. But, and I will say too, Portia, you sure your pants are a little long? These are the things that I love. Like when Portia, like just like that little throwaway comment, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. And then when they were talking about Kelly's heels, Kelly's kitten.
So funny.
She's the standard, but it was really, really funny. I like when they're funny like that with each other. Drew said, I fell, but I still got, what'd she say? I still got the DM, or I still got the message.
It's just kind of like stupid. That's my thing with the two of them. It's just stupid. Like, let's move on.
Yeah, but
I'm hopeful that we can get to like a better place next season.
Think so, because she did an interview and now her tune has changed on Drew. I like Drew. I like where we're at now.
Well, I think she realizes, here's my thing about where I have grace with Kay is I don't think she just understood all the mechanics of this show and how the ingredients all work together as a unit. Sometimes with Love and Hip Hop, the seasons that I did watch, I always felt like they were all operating in their own sort of stories.
Yeah.
And then they were like forced to film together to fight to make like good TV. But I really do think at the core of Housewives, why we like it is that it is a sisterhood in a certain way. And dysfunctional, yes, but has the sisterhood feeling. The second it stops being a sisterhood is when those seasons become like hard to watch. So
Yes.
like the New Jersey seasons that are hard to watch. Sometimes, honestly, I know we all love it, but Salt Lake City can venture into hard to watch when
Yeah.
they get so angry at each
Potomac
other.
as well, when they're not interacting.
Right. But like these women have filmed so much together. Like I think Kay is starting to understand why she and Drew, if they're going to continue to fight, need to at least do it in a fun way, because the show works better when all parties are showing up and engaging.
I agree that she's getting it halfway through the season. My issue with her is you fabricate. It wasn't even like y'all had an interaction to even build off of a fight. You literally started out by trying to shade Drew with the black of it all. And then when Drew says, y'all know each other, whether Drew meant that as shady or not, because that's a whole other, it don't matter, because Kay started out being shady. Now all of a sudden it's, I'm a married woman and you're trying to tie me to a man. Girl, you the
But
one
also, when she was doing the press for the show, she was saying, she was shading Drew the whole press tour.
That's what,
but like that, and then also her changing her tune on Drew, all of this, not that much has changed in terms of the show. They'd already filmed the whole show. The reunion hadn't filmed, but like they'd filmed the whole show. So like you did change your tune, I think, because of audience reception.
Thank you. And they keep saying Portia has lapdogs, and Kay keeps saying, I'm not on any team, I'm on my own. But when Portia sat down with Carlos King and said, I think K. Michelle chose the wrong team, if you pay attention to timelines, she says K. Michelle chose the wrong team. Kay comes out shaking the table in the Twitter sphere and says, I didn't, blah, blah, blah. There's no team. But then all of a sudden in interviews, your tune has changed.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the whole her and Shamia of it all, because they seemed very like close. I want to know what happened. I also want them to stop saying, don't make me tell what happened here. Either say their names or leave it on the playground.
Yeah,
because
I
what could
agree.
have happened? Like, do I think Shamia is always innocent? No, I don't think. I also think there are times when she's right in what she says, but I also think there are times, of course, when she's playing the victim. But what is it that she could have done so bad? Like, they say at the reunion, Andy said it's been what the most fun he's had at a reunion in a while. Him and Portia kikied the whole way through. And then they were saying that Shamia cried through the whole reunion. So I'm like, I wonder what is going to happen. Like, what comes out to make that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
But yeah, I enjoyed this last episode. I did. I got all the emotions.
The last thing I want to leave us on, that a little cliffhanger that I did not know about, and I can't believe they included this in the like what everyone's doing. I didn't realize Drew leaked a video about Nana's closing down.
I didn't realize it was leaked. I thought, do you remember seeing the video?
No, I hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah, I seen it. So Drew, because here again, this is what I mean. Kelly has started coming at Drew last season. She came at Drew this season when Drew was saying about, remember when they were on the bus to Dallas and Drew says something about, you came in hard about the room, but you look beautiful. And then Kelly says, well, you look like an alien, like in your movie. So Kelly's consistently come at Drew. So Drew decides to go to Nana's Chicken and Waffles. I don't know if it was near her house, whatever the reason. I think she was being shady. But she's filming herself and she's saying, basically, I came to bring the kids to get something to eat. We can't even eat because it's closed. So it's been out for that video was months ago. So I didn't know that was a thing that was leaked, because any person could have drove by that lived in the, like, did I think it was shady? Yes. I didn't know it was considered leaked. Yeah. So
no, I know. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand people are, it's all nasty work. It's all nasty work.
Well, and that's what people were saying. It's like, you're worried about that. I want to know, does she know that she was leaking? Well, she had to, because nobody had mentioned the location being closed. So she had to know that her saying that.
She knew.
Yeah, she definitely knew.
Absolutely
and
knew.
Now, unfortunately, you have to move out of your home. The only benefit to that is with her name not being on the mortgage and Ralph having to pay her $145,000. Take that $145,000 and get you a nice, affordable home.
That part.
because I understand that when the real financial records were released, it came out that you made $38K a month. I still don't think you should be looking at $1 million homes. Now, granted, I'm not in your finances. So, because at first it made it seem like she made 12 or 28 and Ralph made all this money. Then then other financials came out and it said, well, Drew actually made a lot.
Right.
And remember, you got to pay child support, Drew. So get you an affordable home with that $145K. Don't be dense another day, in the words of the great Candace Dillard Bissett.
Yeah. Well, Taria, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We covered so much.
And let's be clear, I don't have a favorite on this cast. I have some that, I think this is the first time in a while where I can look at a cast and say, I don't have a favorite. All of them piss me off, but all of them make me laugh too. All of them make me want to read them, but all of them make me want to hold hands in the club and pray while smoking hookah with my titties pushed up to my chin.
With a bra or no bra?
With a bra or no bra. I'm going to have, if they're going to be pushed up, that means I have a bra on.
Well, guys, thank you for being here. Taria, let everyone know where they can listen to you, support you, follow you.
First of all, thank you so much for having me and come letting me vent about these housewives. I love them down. No matter what I say, I love them down. So Atlanta, job well done. You can find me Instagram, Threads. Instagram and Threads are where I'm mainly at. Threads the most, but Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, We Go Podcast. YouTube, We Go Podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, what else is going on? So, and just in case you don't know, We Go is the acronym for what else is going on. The podcast is named after the great Cynthia Cheekbones, I got married during COVID, Bailey.
Yeah. And guys, you can support Dumpster Dive at Dumpster Dive Pod on Instagram and the Tom Hamlet on Threads and Instagram. And subscribe to the YouTube if you want a video version of this episode. We got a cute little rebrand, so go show it some love. And we will be back with some more content later this week. Thank you guys so much for being here for both parts. I assume if you've made it here, all the way here to the end of this, you're a real dumpster diva. And I just want to say thank you. Specifically, thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you want to support the show on Patreon, there are multiple tiers over there. There are 3 tiers where you can get audio and video. And then the last tier gets your name read out here at the end of every episode. So I want to give a big thank you to my father, my mother, legitimately my father and my mother. They have 2 separate accounts. Andrew, Barbara, Kayla, another Andrew, Brandon, and Wendy for all being such loyal dumpster divas. If you guys want to join the Patreon or the YouTube at a paid level, there is a $4.99 tier that gets you ad-free early access videos. So go check that out. And I will be back with more stellar content with some stellar guests and a lot of solo recaps this week. And also, I'm now a Cloud 10 show, so that won't change anything for you, but hopefully it will change a lot for me. Love you guys. I can't wait for another episode. Bye.